Okay, good morning, everyone. So today we have the privilege of having Big Al Tom Schreiter, a close friend of mine who I've known for many years. He has 46 years experience in network marketing and MLM arena. As the author of the original Big Al training books in the late 70s, he has continued to speak in over 90 countries on using the exact words and phrases to get prospects to open up their mind and say yes. Today, we're fortunate because he's going to be teaching us about the personalities, and we're going to learn a bit more about that side of things. So without further ado, over to you, Tom. Let me just find you and unmute. There you go. Will you be needing any sharing abilities or?
No, we'll be fine.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Tom. Over to you.
Okay, for everyone on here, there's a question we have, and that is, why do some people make big money in network marketing and people join them and get excited and build groups, and other people struggle? And the answer is, well, maybe the people that are doing well know something we don't. They have learned something along the way that they're using, and it just makes it easier for them. And that's kind of a way of explaining the 4-color personalities. And how the 4-color personalities work is this. Everybody kind of falls into one of 4 categories. It's not perfectly aligned, and we're not going to go deep into neuroscience and give them tests or anything. But the bottom line is we need to talk to different people in a different way. Some people know this intuitively, but most of us learn it along the way. So here's what we're going to learn. If we talk to people a special way that matches their personality, how they understand the world, how they respond, how they make decisions, they're going to respond well. Now, I did not know that when I first started. So what happened when I first started was I talked to people wrong. And because there's 4 personalities, I instantly ruined 3 out of 4 people I talked to. And here's what I mean by instantly rule. People make very quick decisions. The funniest thing in the world is people believe that people make a decision to join our business, 3, 4, 5 minutes into our presentation or at the end. That's just silly. People make up their minds right away. So I think if you've taken the closing course, you know that we make that big decision, is it for me or not, within seconds. Now to prove it, I don't know how, maybe here in the chat and the Q&A, how many people here know what color personality you are? So in the Q&A, just type in if you happen to know what color personality you are. And if you don't, it's okay. It just means we'll just rewind just slightly. And we have one red personality. All right. Red had to be first, of course, yellow. All right. And how many people here, just put a question mark in if you have no idea what we're talking about, the 4 different color personalities. All right. Most people here have kind of an idea. Here is a gross overview that will help us understand so we can teach it to people quickly. The yellow personality just loves to help people. If you can remember the one word help, you're pretty much there. We know social workers, massage therapists, kindergarten school teachers. Do y'all know somebody like an aunt or somebody just loves helping people? Somebody dies, they bring food over for the family. Okay, yellow personality. The blue personality, these people can be described in one word: party. They love to party, love to have fun. They always want to try new things. They're active, ADHD. These people are easy to recognize because they're always talking. They talk and talk and talk, and they just can't allow an empty space. So if you send them to the store for milk and cookies, they may not come back for hours because they're talking to everybody on the way and on the way back, and they get distracted. And they have short attention spans. But network marketing is made for these people. I mean, it's awesome. They get to meet new people all the time. This is like crack cocaine to their minds. So if you think about SpongeBob SquarePants, the cartoon, short attention span, fun from here to there to there. That's a blue personality, Bugs Bunny. So just think of people like that, pretty upbeat. Now, the next personality, just an overview, is red. These are the achievers. They're not so worried about relationships with people. They just want to get the job done. So if you have a CEO of your company who is red, he says, let's get the job done. He keeps everybody on track. You don't want a CEO who's yellow and says, oh, let's give all the commissions to poor people. No, we don't want that. You don't want a blue is the head of the company, because they'll lose focus and be in 100 different things. So red personalities, think of these as your really strong leaders. Bottom line, get the job done. And they leave some dead bodies here and there on the side, because a lot of people take it wrong. But they judge results. So think of politicians. Elect me so I can tell you what to do. They want to be the boss. They want to tell other people what to do. They are always right, never wrong. And they're all about the money, bottom line, getting results. They want to set records. So you're thinking, if I had a red leader on my team, they're not going to listen to me. They're just going to go out and build. Yeah, how good is that? And the final color is green. Think of Mr. Spock on Star Trek. These are boring people. Personality free, charisma bypass, socially challenged, should not be let out in public. These are your accountants, your engineers, your data processing nerds, pocket protectors for their pens. And these people are all about the data. And this particular group, the greens, of which I'm one, we drive you crazy. We'll ask 1 million questions. And at the end of 1 million questions, we'll say, thank you for your preliminary information. Let me research it for 3 more weeks, and I'll get back to you with my next set of questions. You know what I'm talking about. Never make up their mind. They're always careful. Don't want to make a mistake. So those are the 4 basic personality colors. Now, I encourage you to read the books, listen to the audios, or study it on your own. Do something to learn it more. But that will be good enough for what we're doing here today, which is to show us that the words we say are probably going to ruin 3 out of 4 people we talk to, and we'll have no idea why unless we understand the colors. So are you ready? Now, first of all, in the Q&A, here's a question. Is there any other color? Because I don't recognize myself in any of them. All right. So some people say, I'm not sure what color I am. Well, if you're a yellow personality, you're probably thinking, well, what color do you want me to be? Or if you're a blue personality, you probably haven't even been listening this whole time. You're probably distracted. Or if you're a red personality, you know what color you are. You're the best color. You rule. And if you're a green personality, of course, you don't know what color you are. You need much more research before you make up your mind to see if it aligns perfectly. So I'm just making humor here. If you don't know what color you are, take the time to learn. But let me assure you, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what color your prospect is. Because no matter what color you and I are, we're not signing ourselves up, we're signing up somebody else. So we have to talk to them in their color personality so they get it. So everybody feel pretty comfortable with that? There's not one, say, what's the best color? Obviously we know it's green because I'm a green personality, but the reality is there's no just best color. You're gonna have different people on your team. For instance, on your team, you might have a yellow personality put out chairs at the meetings and make sure everybody has refreshments, and the blue personality is out on the street inviting people to your meeting, and the red personality wants to be in the front of the room telling everybody what to do, and the green personality is probably going to negotiate hotel rates. So you can see every color has their strength and their weakness. And as a team leader, you're going to let them do their strengths and weaknesses. You're not going to try to change their color personality to match yours. Although when I first started, here is an example of talking to people wrong. I sit down with people, and as a green personality, I practiced and had a perfect presentation for 45 minutes, complete monologue. And at the end of 45 minutes, people told me no. And I figured, well, that's because they don't have enough information. So I doubled it to 90 minutes. How do you think that ended? You go, man, you were an idiot. And the answer is, yeah, I was an idiot. I ruined just about every person I talked to, I ruined unless they were a green personality. They just didn't want to hang around. They never wanted to invite somebody to a meeting where I spoke, that's for sure. So are you ready for the question? Now, in the Q&A, I'm going to ask everyone here, I hope you've had a chance to take the closing course. If you haven't taken the free closing course, it is free, well within everybody's budget. But in the closing course, we're going to learn when people make a decision. So in the Q&A, type in how quickly you think people make a decision about your business. Anywhere from 0 seconds to 20 years, whatever you think. Now, let's just get a little feedback here, what people put in. People say seconds, first 6 seconds, seconds. Wow, we have a lot of seconds. Okay, so we're all on the same page, right? People are going to make their decision before they hear the name of your company, before they go on the internet, before they ask you for any details. This is hard. It's not what we were taught. We were taught, boring presentations, and then they raise the, pros and cons at the end. That's just silly. So we're all on the same page. So do you think what words you say in the first couple seconds will make day and night difference? Of course. But can you use the same words for every color personality? Let's do a little test. Are you ready? I'm going to ask this question. Is it okay if I take your children skydiving with me? Now, if you are, see a bunch of yellows. Now, how many people here felt that we made the decision before the information? Because I haven't given you any yet, but people have already made the decision. We made the decision before I told you that I'm a certified skydiver, that I'm successful 3 out of 4 times, that we're only going to be skydiving 2 centimeters. The decision is made before the details. So there's nothing about your company, nothing about your PowerPoint presentation. It's going to make any difference. The decision is made earlier. Now, let's review that question. Is it okay for me to take your children skydiving with me? Now, let's think creatively here, because we just don't want to take notes. We want to be able to use this, because information that we don't use is the same as information that we never learned. So we want to be able to use this in real life. So here's the question. Let's challenge ourselves. If I said, is it okay to take your children skydiving with me? What would you expect a yellow personality to respond? So type in, what do you think they would respond? Is there a yellow personality? Yeah. All right. They might say, no, you can't take my babies. I love my children. I don't want to endanger them. All right. This is gross simplification, but we're going to exaggerate because it's easier to remember. All right. There obviously will be nuances. Now, here's a question. What do you think a blue personality would respond if I said, is it okay to take your children skydiving with me? What would a blue personality say? Just an over exaggeration here. Yeah, they might say, yeah, this is so much fun. Yeah, can I go with? Can we try it with and without a parachute just to see the differences? Just be a great experience. And so a blue personality would have a completely different answer to that question. So if you have one question that you're using to close people, guess what? That's not good enough. So how would a red personality respond to the question, is it okay if I took your children skydiving with me? How would a red personality? And Red personality might say, my children are geniuses. They'll show you how to do it. They'll do the best. They will set records. You know, we're the best of all kind. We rock. A different answer to the same question. Now, question is to the green personality. Is it okay if I take your children skydiving with me? What do you think your green might say? I need a lot more details first, a lot more data. Give me some charts. What's your safety record? What will the weather be like? So from this little tiny example, a simple closing question like that, 4 different responses to that one simple little phrase. Once we get that, we can be the most awesome people in the world. So think about it. Everything that we've said to people in the past could be interpreted 4 different ways. And we thought people understood us. No, they don't understand us. They only understand things from their point of view. So if you're talking to somebody and they're a red, remember, reds want to be right, number 1, etc. And you are a yellow, would that be maybe pretty ugly? And the answer is, yeah. I mean, a yellow personality might say, oh, we have this meeting. Everybody's equal. We all sit in a semicircle. Nobody stands up. And after the gift giving ceremony, we have the group hug. And then we have the cookie. What is the red person going to say? Exterminate these people. They're using up valuable oxygen. These are not productive people. There's no way a red personality prospect would join if we talk to them in the yellow language. And conversely, the other way, I want you to consider, what if a red personality talked to a yellow? What would a red personality say to yellow? Just join, give me all your money, I'll tell you the details later. And the yellow person, oh, I don't want to offend you, I'll cry, you know, probably not have a good ending. Now look at it this way. I'm a green personality and I'm talking to a blue personality. Have that in your mind? So I say to the blue personality, let me tell you about the name of the company. Now, the company starts with a consonant, not a vowel, because we felt it is more appropriate to go with our trademarks. And let me tell you what the European Union has legislated over the past few years. To show this chart right here. What's the blue personality doing? They're going to finish a 6-pack of beer, poke out their eyes, jump off a cliff. They can't stand that. And it could be a good opportunity, right? But there's no way they're ever going to hear anything. Now, I want you to think of a blue personality, these scattered ADD people that are just having so much fun. How would they talk to a green personality like me? They say, let me tell you about our business, which reminds me, I took a trip to Hong Kong last year and they had little umbrellas in the drinks because I went first class, of course. And I met this person across the aisle and we started talking about their children. And the green personality is saying, what's wrong with these people? You know, they need some Valium or something. You know, they're just all over the place. Our lack of success, if there's one tool to fix it, just one, it would be colors, the color personalities. Understanding how to talk to people in their language is the clue to just open up all kind of doors. Now, I'm going to give you an idea of some words because as we realize, let me see, that decision is happening how soon? Wow. So if we know what color personality are, and we'll talk later if we have time about how to figure it all out, the clues they give and the words they use. But I'm going to ask you, what words do you think a yellow personality might use in conversation or in writing or in messaging, or if we talk to them, what words do you think they resonate with or would probably use? I don't think they'd be using the word conquer or exterminate. So type in, what words do you think a yellow personality might use? All right, support. Hey, that's a good one. What else we have? And if you, all right, help, all right. And by the way, help is the shortcut. If you're talking to a yellow personality, you can't think what to say, just say help like 10 times. You'll be fine. They love listening to that. All right, community, share. All right, we're on it. So I'm going to read off a few words here quick. So if you hear these words or see it in a message, you got a clue. Whoa, this person's a yellow personality. I need to adjust how I present this. So ready? We already have help. So how about advice or aid, benefit, comfort, encourage, guide, serve, service, support, burden, or assist, or hardship, cure, lift, love, nourish, save, save the whales, cheer, stress, trouble, happy, worry, meaning, connect, fulfilled. These are all emotional words that are about feelings. You say, if I just put those words in whatever I say, they're going to connect with me. And the answer is yes. They're not going to hear the details that we say, because nobody does. But they're going to pick up these few words and say, hey, you and I think the same. So you should start creating a little list of these words. So when you're talking to somebody, you can slip them in and they can say, man, you and I are joined at the hip. Vulcan mind meld, blood brother, blood sister. They just feel like, wow, I get it. And you won't have any objections. So let's try this for the programs. Now, yellows have some internal programs, and they might be, to avoid danger or to avoid stress. They want harmony, everybody get along, sing kumbaya. And they have a strong sense of obligation. So you say, I just need one more person this month so I can get to the next promotion. They're the first ones to volunteer to say, I'll get that one for you. They love helping people. So their emotions, which runs our programs, are they love to feel needed. They like to contribute. Togetherness, you mentioned community, fairness, equality, avoid conflict. These are what run the yellow personalities. So let's try this. Knowing these words, what could we say to close or pre-close or connect with our prospects that are yellow? And you say, whoa, now I get it. The magic is it all happens right away. So if I start off on the right foot here, if I start off well with just a few words, I'm in. And that's what the leaders know that ordinary distributors just don't get. Like when I started, I had no clue that any of this worked. So here's some examples from the mini script book. But things that we could say to a yellow to help close. Are you ready? Here we are. So many people need this. Yeah. So many moms need that extra income. Or here is your chance to help. Now, you wouldn't say, so here's your chance to help to a red personality. They'd say, I don't have time to help you. I'm busy working on my career. Just different people. You could say, you need to share your results with others. Or this helps people. Or this will make a difference. So these words will trigger the programs in their mind to say, yeah, you and I think the same. You're talking my language. I got it. So the question is, what kind of closing statements would you enjoy to avoid? You say, man, I could see already that some of the stuff that I use is kind of mean or bottom line, and the yellows wouldn't resonate with that. Okay, we're getting better. So let's try the blue personality. These, remember, blue people love to have fun. They're talking 1,000 miles an hour. They're not listening to anybody. They go from one pleasurable experience to another. They like to try new things, new restaurants. They like to go to a convention and stay up for 72 straight hours, going to the convention during the day, partying all night, visiting with people. These are the blue personalities. So what words would you use for the blue personality? So again, we want to make this practical that we can use it. In the Q&A, type in what words you think would resonate and kind of connect with blues where they say, man, I really get it. All right. Enjoy would be a good word. Yeah. What else we have? If that's our only word, it's going to be a pretty boring presentation, of course. All right. We can go on holidays every year. Oh, yeah, they'd love that. Celebrate. Yeah. Now we're getting it. Opportunities for freedom, fun. All right. We just have to engage our minds to think like they do so we can talk in their language. Remember, it doesn't matter what color personality we are. What matters is what color personality they are. So I'm going to read off a list here, just kind of give you an idea. Fun, enjoy, amusing, exciting, celebrate, laugh, holidays, vacation, party, dangerous, thrilling, entertain, interesting, awesome. They like saying awesome a lot. Incredible, unbelievable, fast, dance, mind-boggling, surprise, shocking, expressing, perform, speaking, karaoke, escape. These words cause all kind of cool things happen in their mind. We don't have time to go into the neuroscience, but it will get the job done where they say, wow, I see what you see. I feel what you feel. This is for me. And they don't have to do the translation of us talking in some weird language. They say, okay. So here's something about the blue personalities. They don't like presentation. They're going to ignore all the data, totally ignore it. They're more about the relationships and action. So remember, fun, party, these are some pretty cool words. So here's a question. With all these words, you think you can talk to a blue? And the answer is, it doesn't matter. If you talk to a blue, it's not going to take very long because they're not listening. So I'll tell you a story about what happened to me in London. We went to, I think it was Jimmy G's or something like that. And Derek says, you got to go eat there before the meeting. So on the way back from the meeting, there's this prospect there. And the prospect, well, it's about a 5-minute walk back to the meeting, was blue. You could tell because he talked the whole time, didn't listen. So on the way back, I simply said this, man, you're going to love this business. We can't wait for you to join. It's going to be so much fun. We can travel together. And the guy says, yeah. And he hasn't heard anything yet. So blues will make a decision almost instantly just based upon those feelings of fun, emotion, party, excitement, something new. They say, how is that possible? Now, for me, a green personality, I just can't imagine people thinking like that. Who takes care of these people in the real world? But the reality is, that's how they communicate. That's how they get it. So let's do the next color. Ready? The red personalities. These are the achievers, the born leaders, the want to take charge. So in the Q&A, what words do you think that the red personalities might say in conversation or use to close? What words would they use? So let's type in, using our imagination here, what words? They're going to talk to the point, no fluff, right? They're not going to put up a walk talking in circles. Money and more money. Yeah. All right. Profit. Oh yeah. This is like a crack cocaine to their mind. This is sounding really good. Recognition. Yeah. Let's sign the deal. Benefits. Say, okay, I got it. So imagine that you, I don't know how many people here have this skill, but there's a skill called word picture where you can put something in another person's mind, like a little movie. So let's do a little word picture movie for a red personality. We say, when you join our business, here's what happens. And we'll paint a movie of what happens to them. And they're going to say, wow. So the movie is, I get my first bonus check and it's bigger than my paycheck. And so I fire the boss, start my own business, have my own organization, tell them what to do. And I go out and get that red Lamborghini, and I'm going to drive back to where I used to work, leave rubber marks all up and down the company parking lot, roll down the window and say, goodbye, losers. And you say, really? And the answer is, yeah, that pretty much works. Now, if you don't think that way, you're probably not a red personality, but red personalities, bottom line results. They get the job done. So in the Q&A here, we got top dog, lots of success. Let's sign the deal, benefits. All right. Let me read some out and see if any of these sound familiar. Now, if these words are uncomfortable in any way, chances are we're not a red personality. So here they are. Dominate, power, authority, leadership, wealth, compete, that's always a good one. Challenge, achieve, they like to achieve, accomplish, success. First class, oh yeah, it has to be first class, of course. Being the boss, influence, control, goals. The Reds are always having goal setting sessions. Big, command, manage, fast. They have to be the fastest, of course. Recognition is huge. Focus and to build. You say, all right, kind of got that. So the words I'm going to use is going to focus on how they see the world. I say, yeah. Now, how many red people do you happen to know? When you talk to them, they say, just get to the bottom line. What's the point? How much money can I make? They're not going to give us the time of day as we give the whole background about the company, whatever. They just want to get the job done. Now, for the other colors here that are not red, let me let you on a little secret. The red personalities are the easiest personality to manipulate because they're tremendous ego. And here's a little formula you can use, because, you know, when the red starts bossing you around, you say, well, I can use this little trick to get even and just make them do anything I want. And it's kind of fun. So here's the trick. When talking to a red, the first thing you do is compliment them. Just give them a compliment. And when they get a compliment, they say, well, yeah, I really deserve it because, you know, I'm the best. Step two, give them another compliment. They go, wow, you really do recognize I'm the best and the genius. And step three, give them a challenge by telling them there's something you don't think they could do. And they say, what do you mean I can't do it? So let me put it to use here. So if you're a red personality in my group, I might say, you know, Huntley, oh no, I might do this. I might say, you are the best sponsor I know. Compliment. Yeah, I am. And you know more people in Manchester than anybody else. Yeah, that's me. But last month, Huntley sponsored 7 new people, and I don't think you could ever break his record. What? And just like that, they're up for the challenge. They're going to, I'll get 9, I'll get 10. I'm going to bury Huntley. And all that happened was we gave him a compliment, and a challenge. Now, let's do the greens, because I know you're curious about that before we open up to questions. To a green personality, all right, what kind of words do you think they might be using? Remember, these are the people, it's all about data, all about information, very careful, don't want to make any mistakes, very cautious, security, etc. So what kind of words do you have? Research, yeah, oh yeah, that's a really good word for us. data. Yeah, we like that a lot. Yeah, questions, credibility. All right. So if we're able to figure out what color they are, somebody asked here, is this real to neuro associative conditioning proof? No idea. I don't do any NLP stuff. It's just too hard. And well, yeah, maybe we could do it, but how many of our team can do it, especially on a part-time basis? So we just want something very simple here. Very simple, that's useful right away, so then get results right away. So yeah, you say, well, how does this match up? We get Hippocrates, the 4 different types of blood, et cetera. Well, okay. How does it match up against what Freud was saying? And all right, this is just a very basic way of talking to people to get our message across right away to get results. So we're not really diving too far into the neuroscience of it, because that would be really boring, except to the green people, of course. So let me give you some words here. Instructions, data, science, facts, information, details, bottom line, numbers. Oh, we love numbers. Research, analyze, proof, fact finding, criteria, reasons why, study, experiment, testing. If you just throw a few of those words in there, the green personality is going to say, wow, this is awesome. And what happens is in the first few seconds, they are determining if they're what we have to offer, if we're going to be a good fit, can we communicate clearly, are we on the same page? And by including these words, we are so far ahead of somebody with a 64 PowerPoint presentation and data and internet and testimonials. This is what really counts. So there is a kind of an overview. You say, well, what would I say to a green? Well, the green personality is the toughest one to talk to because they always want to delay a decision. So let me give you a little shortcut that I like to use just to mess with them. So I say, before I show you this, are you looking for a business to start, or are you just in the information collecting stage? And they say, well, I'm looking for a business to start. And what has happened is you set up the frame or how they're going to look at things. So they're going to be able to make a decision instead of putting off, I'm in the information collecting stage forever. This is a nice little way of doing it. But I've been talking here for almost 45 minutes. So let's open up for questions. And let's spend the next 15, 20 minutes here on what questions we can ask now that's going to make us more effective talking to the different color personalities. And as some homework here for everyone, if you haven't taken that little color personality test, the color personality test on the internet that Derek sent y'all is not what color you are, it's how other people see you. This is how do other people see you or perceive you? You say, well, I'm really yellow, but other people might see you as you're all red telling us what to do. So that's a very interesting test. There's some books to read on color personalities that are fun, and audios and stuff. But bottom line is, we have to talk to people differently. Once we get that, that's the big picture. The question is, can we talk to people in a way that they're going to relate and get it? So are we ready? What kind of questions do we have? Okay. Green is like Mr. Spock born. Yes, Mr. Spock is our hero. I like to know everything can be boring and be socially challenged. Yeah, we have a certain lack of social skills. We're not aware, we don't pick up social clues nearly as well as other people do. So it's just not our forte. We spend most of our time thinking about data and stuff. I spoke to an old friend. All right, so I thought, yeah, but she asked for more info. All right. So if they ask for more info, that might give us a hint that they're green. Now, we might have to step back, like the big picture. Are they just saying, I want more info to get rid of us because they want to tell us no, because we already messed up before we even got to this point? Well, possibly. So as you're thinking of questions here, there's how to make the different people see me blue, I feel yellow. All right. So if you feel yellow and people see you as blue, just ask yourself, what am I doing that gives off these hints to people? Does that mean that you're yellow or blue? No, but we have to take a look at it, of course. How do we work out which personality someone is? Okay. Are you ready? I'll give you 3 questions you can ask. So let's say we're at a party. It could be while you're on social media or a party, whatever. But let me give you 3 questions, because maybe you say, well, I deleted their message, or I wasn't listening to the words they used. I wasn't paying attention. So here's 3 questions you can ask that'll really help us zero in on it. Number 1 question is, in Western civilization, if you're at a party, you have to ask things in a certain order because you don't want to be too invasive. So the first thing is, what is your name? The second one is, where do you live? And then what's the third question we might ask at a party? What do you do for a living? Now, if you ask people what they do for a living, let me give you some answers and you tell me. If you ask me, what do you do for a living, Big Al? And I say, I'm a nuclear physicist working on the tensile strengths of bridge girders for the city of London, you might say, whoa, I detect some green here, that's for sure. And if I say I'm a social worker, raising money for little baby puppies lost paw fund. Okay, got it. Or you say, what do you do for a living? I don't know, I'm parties 365 days a year. You have a pretty good idea. So the first question is, what do you do for a living? Now, it's not guaranteed, because sometimes people have to take a job that's near to them, or somebody who's yellow gets hired as customer service. Because they're so good, they get promoted to be the boss of the customer service department. Now they have to be red, right? Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of stress in that person for the rest of their life where they have that job, because it just doesn't match. But it's a good way to start. Here's the second question. What do you like to do in your free time? Now, if you say, what do you like to do in your free time? People have an option what to do in their free time. They get to choose. So that's going to be a lot more accurate, right? So what do you do in your free time? Well, I knit woolen ashtrays for homeless people. All right, they're a yellow. What do you do in your free time? Woohoo, it's all free time. Probably a blue. What do you do in your free time? I don't have any free time. I'm busy working on my career. Okay. What would a green say? Free time, I spend all the time reading the internet. I'm on my second read through the entire internet. All right, got it. But here's the third one, which is the most accurate. You can't ask it right away, but make it your third question. How do you feel about? Question mark. How do you feel about? How do you feel about your job, your hobby, the situation? And when people talk about their feelings, this really exposes how they think and feel on the inside. So let me give you an example why this is a much deeper question, much better. So I'm at the party. I said, so what do you do for a living? And the lady says, I'm a kindergarten school teacher. And I'm thinking, oh, probably a yellow. And later on I said, so what do you like about being a kindergarten school teacher? What do you, how do you feel about it? She says, well, the children are really small. They're only 5 years old. You can boss them around, rule with an iron fist, tell them exactly what to do. He said, whoa, she's really a red. So getting inside people's minds and understanding how they see the world gives us a chance to present our business in the most favorable way so they can see it without translation. The analogy I like to use is, let's say you were from France and I was from England. And if you only speak French, I only speak English, the communication is going to be pretty poor, isn't it? The message is just not going to come across. But what if I could speak English and French, and my English is perfect, of course. My French was kind of broken. How would you like me to talk to you if you were in France? You'd say, well, talk to me in broken French. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect on this, but just the general idea will help me a lot. So think of the color personalities as you may be one color personality, but you want to be able to talk in a way for the other three personalities. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it'll be better than us just blurring out our personal personality preferences. So don't make jokes about French people. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Okay, so what else we have here for questions? Wow, no question. No questions at all. That is awesome. Must have been a great explanation, very scientifically accurate from a green personality here. All right. So while you're working on that, let me give you a couple recommendations. Recommendation number one is master the color personalities. I had a leader, and this is how I first really got good at the color personalities. The leader was said, how do I say it? The leader says, you got to learn the color personalities and talk to them that way because everybody wants to join. And I said, well, I don't know. And this leader who was telling me this was all over the place, total blue personality. But he said, I learned to talk in a special way and people would get it. And that's how I was first exposed to it. I said, oh, okay. The idea is we want to talk in their color language. That's it. Nothing special. You don't have to use any fancy closes. Just talk in their color language and they're bonded. So here's the question. I have some people I talk to who are red. Well, that's very possible. My wife is red. My wife told me if you wanted to think there, you shouldn't have got married. She takes care of all our decisions for us. But for a green personality like me, it works out really great because all the decisions are taken care of. I can just concentrate on whatever I like to do. All right. So I talk to people who are red, and all they want to do is brag about how good they are, how much money they make, and it just makes me annoyed. Well, yeah, because you're not a red. Now, if you were a yellow and they're red, they would probably say, all they want to talk about is helping people and community, and I get annoyed because it's different languages. So this is exactly it. So you feel annoyed just like they're going to feel annoyed the other direction because they see the world different. I understand now that they are red and I'm not. Once we get that, we're not going to fight it. We're not going to try to change them. We're just going to talk to them their color language. And if you're talking to a red personality, probably the first two words I would learn to say is, you are right. You might as well say it because they'll insist on it anyway. And then at least you have some communication open. So yeah, if you're not red, the red personality is going to annoy you a lot. And if you're a green personality, the blue personality will just drive you crazy. You're just thinking, why me? Why me? All right. So one of the homeworks I'd like you to do is start analyzing your friends, your coworkers, your relatives. And I find this the most fascinating thing because I'm green, but I can go to a shopping mall and just observe the people and try to guess what color they are based upon what they're doing, their mannerisms, how they walk. I'll see a 3-year-old boy moonwalking. And I'm thinking, oh man, that's a blue personality. His parents is going to have 15 more years of torture. All right. So number one, start analyzing people to their colors. And you're going to learn some little phrases that you can say that will make a difference. Here's number two. I'm going to put this in the link here. I'm biased, but it's based on research. But this book will change your life. If you read that book, lot of people laugh till milk shoots out their nose, but when they see how other people react because of their colors, they say this is the most fascinating thing. The next one is that's not it. There you go. So the next one is, it says mini scripts. And these are exact words you can say to the different color personalities. And my son Keith has a saying that I'll just rip off because he's not on the call. But he says, I learned how to talk to people. And even if I didn't know what color personality they are, I could close them. And for instance, he says, you want somebody on your team to go to the convention, don't know what color they are. You can say, you come to the convention, right? And they say, well, maybe not. What else could you say? Come to the convention so we can learn how we can help more people. And it will be so much fun. And we will make a lot more money. And we'll be the first to get the information. He covered all four in just one sentence. So he says, I just want to cover my bases. Now, we'll get better in time. But if you read these two books or listen to them in audiobooks, you'll take this to a much deeper level and you say, wow, once I start seeing the world in colors, it's going to make a huge difference. Now, let me end here, see if there's any more questions. And I'll give you a little 3-question thing to do. Are you all ready? So I'll pull this up here. All right. Here it is. People make decisions quick. So if you could talk to them with just 3 words and make this a challenge. If you think, what 3 words could I come up with that I could talk to colors, personality, and they're just going to get it. So I'll go to do some really quick here. This is how quick our decisions happen. To a yellow personality, we can say live, love, help, or save the children. Or in our presentation, just say mom with children or mom with their babies, or peace at home, or stay with the children, or make a difference. Little 3-word phrases like that is what triggers the programs in the mind to make a decision. You say, wow, that's pretty cool. But what about the blue personalities? Because I know I have to talk fast with the blue personality because they're always going to be talking. So let's do 3-word combos for blue. And I will guarantee you these 3-word combos will be more important than the next 3 or 30 minutes of your presentation. So to a blue, I would say connect, talk, and party. Yeah, I want to go to the convention. I can connect, talk, and party. Or travel the world. Meet new people. That's like crack cocaine to their mind. Adventure is now. Or a chance to talk. And the blue say, man, that's what I want. Let's do a red personality. What 3-word combo could we use? How about conquer, achieve, and rule? Or be number 1. That always works. No excuses ever. Always finish first. Never compromise down. Or say, all right, that was pretty simple. What about greens? All right, sensible, smart, saving, a secure second income, proof is truth. They like that one. Secret, secure steps. It's a marathon, or make informed decisions. This is probably not what we thought how the world works, but it's how people make up their minds. And I know I'm sure you have plenty of wonderful videos and PowerPoint presentations and long meetings, but the reality is people sort this out right away. it's an evolutionary thing that comes in our mind that we have to sort people out quickly so we're safe, so we don't take a chance and have them wipe us out. So I got you the 2 books that you can read in your free time. Derek got you the quiz that you can take in case you haven't taken the quiz yet. If you haven't taken the closing course yet, so you type in the closing course here. Is the closing course. Right. And with that, we have 4 minutes remaining. Any other questions? Or if not, I'll turn it over to Derek, because we need to go out and do our homework and start looking at people and figuring out what color they are. So Derek.
Thank you very much, Tom. And as you know, I've used the colors for a very long time and met Michael as well over in Florida many years ago. One of the guys who brought the colors into being. So yeah, no, it's really good, and thank you very much. And we're already using quite a lot of your material on the 5 a.m. club, and I'm sure we'll be using this as well, Jill. So Jill's the one who looks after the 5 a.m. club and the material we use. So yeah, no, thank you very much. It's been very, very, very useful.
All right, so good luck, everybody. And by the time your 5 a.m. club comes around, you might already have some good testimonials or some experiences to share with other people how easy it is when we talk to them in their color personality.
Okay, yeah,
right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Bye for now. Thanks.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Okay, guys, that was really, really good. We cleared an hour, but just about an hour on the clock. So I'm not keen on making it much longer unless anyone has any specific questions. On Tuesday, I'm just bringing you up to date with what's happening. On Tuesday, we have the open meeting where you invite guests. That's going very well. The first one, I think 2 people off the bat of that actually signed up. The second one, 6 people signed up, and this was without them watching a presentation. So it's a very informal way of introducing Hyperfund to them. What we do is we actually run through testimonials of people already in our community. And then we just literally, I just go through the basics on that. I might show them the calculator and then my back office as part of it, because we're not recording it. And that's another thing that's important. We don't record the Tuesday call. But off the back of that, a lot of people are joining. Again, I try and use a lot of the words, you know, and the language that Tom's talked about to actually get all the different personalities involved. Because if you talk in all the languages, then you can help a lot of people. So that's really, really useful. And then Saturday, guys, that's a really, really important meeting next Saturday. Is the launch of our Hyperverse, and the company corporate directors are actually going to be talking to us live on Saturday. We'll find out what time, and if that clashes with anything, then we may have to drop the Saturday morning. But I think we'll carry on with the Saturday morning. Normally on a Saturday morning, by the way, except every last Saturday of the month, we do the book of the month, which we're currently doing, The Slight Edge, which is a very, very good book. And we also have an informal chat after that. So that's what we do. And it's also getting started, so the new members can actually be shown some basics. We do a bit of that as well, where we point them in the right direction. Okay, Rene, you want to ask a question? Let me just unmute you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we had a network change last. I read about it with MOF and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But new people, do they still use the how do you call it? Wait, I have to take a look at it. The ERC20 address to deposit, or are we going to use the TRC20 address?
Okay, well, when they actually change, we'll find out exactly how much difference it makes them where. Currently, we're actually using HDAO. MOF is no longer available till this split happens. For people who don't know what the split means, a split is where the value of the currency and the number of the coin, if you like, is increased to make the value better and also more available. What the objective is of for you, for people who haven't actually taken money out of Hyperfund, we remove it into a coin called MOF, which is Molecular of the Future, and the value of that's gone up. But also now, because of the change onto the Tron network, it's going to be available on a lot more exchanges. So that's the key thing about it. So so with the ERC20, it's currently what we use. And then
No, this is still the one.
Yeah, that's the one. So that
Okay,
until they
so
let
not
us
this
know
one.
anything else, then, well, it depends also on your exchange, yeah, because if you use, for example, Binance, we can use TRC20. What you need to do is find out the exchange that you're using, and then if they use one or the other. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. That was my
All
question.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Whereabouts are you based, Rene?
Spain.
Spain. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Good. Cool.
Sunny.
Okay. Sunny Spain. Yes, I know a lot of the people in here are in Spain as well. Yes. No, that's good. But yeah, that's cool. Okay. So anyone else with any questions before we close out? No, I think we've had quite a lot of information to take in. By the way, get into those books and everything else. We will actually, you know, Tom was talking about, a lot of his stuff is either very, very cheap or free. So it's well worth it. I've used a lot of his material for a very long time, many, many years. I've known Tom over 20 years now. And that's one of the reasons he's able to come in and give us free information and stuff, because he is a very busy person as well. I know when he travels, he goes all over the world, and he's talking to people in auditoriums with up to 10,000 people at a time. So he's very well known throughout the world. So thank you everyone for coming today. And we look forward to seeing you in our other trainings and things that are going on. If you're in the WhatsApp group and you need to reach out, do so, because that's where we can ask questions and hopefully give people the information they need. You can reach out to the leaders directly if you want in the WhatsApp group. Well, actually, I just realized now we're in the Telegram group. The WhatsApp group is actually full. So what that means now is that most people are going to have to migrate to the Telegram group. You can stay in the WhatsApp group as well, but the Telegram group is where most of the information is going to come firsthand. The WhatsApp group only has 256, I think, people in it. So we've maxed that out. So the Telegram group, I think, takes up to 250,000. So we've got a long way to go to fill that up. So thank you everyone today, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye for now.